The men and women who actually grew the poppy weren't the enemy. They grew the poppy and they saw the poppy no different than you and I would look at canola. It was a cash crop. A small plot of poppy could feed a family very well for a whole year. So they just grew it because it paid exceptionally well. It paid better than corn. It paid better than nuts. It paid better than wheat. It was just a very lucrative crop. And they would grow it just to get money because they were making ends meet and putting food on the table. So what happens when the Afghan eradication force comes in? The people that we're trying to support, the people that we're trying to and telling that we're going to build a nation for you, the first thing we do is destroy your livelihood by plowing in your poppy field. Oh, and let's just add insult to injury. We're going to plow your poppy field in because you're part of Tribe A, but the people in Tribe B keep their poppy fields and they can live. So that just sows the seeds to even more resentment to the Afghan leadership and to between the tribes. And that was an issue that we were continually struggling with. When we first got there, and it was Ian Hope and Task Force Orion, the poor Assads, as soon as they were doing operations, the Afghan eradication force came in and said, we're now going to start clearing these poppy fields. And I remember going up my chain of command and I said, this is ridiculous. The first time they see the coalition troops in there, it's going to be associated with the destruction of poppy fields. And then we're going to get painted with the same brush that we're destroying their livelihood and we're not to be trusted. This is completely counterintuitive and counterproductive to our mission here. Go do this somewhere else. But they came in and they did it. And oh, by the way,
could you stop them?
Couldn't stop them. No, I mean, we tried to coordinate it in areas where we weren't operating, but it was just managed at a much, much higher level out of Kabul. And it just completely counterproductive to a lot of the things that we were doing on the ground. But we're going to add even more insult to injury. So the farmer who picks up his Kalashnikov, because everyone has one, to shoot at the Afghan eradication force to tell them to stop plowing in his only means of livelihood, he fires at the Afghan eradication force, an Afghan, misses the Afghan because they're not very good shots, whizzes by the Afghan National Police, which is providing the security for the eradication force, whizzes by them, whizzes by the Afghan National Army, who's providing maybe support to that, and actually the bullet embeds in the window of an embedded training team. The embedded training team then fires back, kills the person shooting with the Kalashnikov. That is reported 1 Taliban insurgent killed. Now, the Taliban are really happy about taking credit for something they had nothing to do with. They're really quite happy with the negative impact on the family now, who are really angry that they've just had their husband or father killed by some coalition soldier who was defending himself in self-defense. It's a lose-lose situation.